How's it going, folks? Welcome to Wake Up World. My name is Nate. Um, Real quick, let me just do some housekeeping here before I start. If this is your first time watching, I'm just gonna make this brief clear. The title is we're gonna talk about, do we live in a politically correct world and what does that look like, or is it just confusion? We're gonna kind of talk about on lines of that. Um, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am not politically correct in the sense of what it means to be politically correct today. Um, I will correct myself if I am at error, but other than that, my objective here, my mission here, is to spread truth, to get you to think and ask questions. My comment section is open for that. And really, guys, I'm not trying to become YouTube rich here. Okay, but what I would like is to take this to the next level. Maybe do uh, some calls once a week. You know, a live call, depending on how my work schedule is and my part-time business schedule. But I will try to do something like that. I don't want it to just stay here with 20 people looking at this every now and then, because I think some things that are addressed that we could open up, and not just as me talking, but a conversation, will get people to really think and realize what's really going on. So with that being said, hear me out, listen to what I got to say. There's a comment section for a reason. Feel free. My email is also there. So let's talk about, do we live in a politically correct world? What does that look like? Absolutely we do. How do I know that? Okay, so there is an agenda out there, folks, whether you want to realize that or not. We're going to talk about basically three main subjects here, and I'm going to go and start with the first one. Understand this, I am not racist in any way, shape, or form. I've even told a lot of my black friends this, and they're just laughing. So, I live here in Ohio, right? I heard the news about the gorilla getting shot because a kid's life was in danger. Many of you that personally know me, that watch this, and those out there, I am the type of guy, hey, look, if I got the tools to react, I'm not going to wait for the zoo people. I'm going to react. If I can, and I can do so safely and get the kids, and most importantly, safely for the kid, I'm going to react. I'm not trying to be no hero or anything like that, but I would have reacted a lot quicker. But that's not the point I was making. Now, a lot of people would probably make a big deal out of that if someone like myself or somebody else, even maybe an off-duty law enforcement officer, if they would have reacted, or something like that. They probably would have made a big deal of it. But the political correct part in this is people did not do their research enough and made fools out of themselves. Now, when I say this again, I'm not trying to be racist at all. When the Black Lives Matter community start to weigh in on this and say, oh, well, what happens if it's a white child? Or they even call the zookeepers and so on and so forth. Oh, if it was a white baby, the gorilla should have killed him or something like that before he went down. They even try to associate the gorilla with their own group. Here's the thing, guys, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Do you understand how stupid that makes you look because of the racist people that are out there and what they do call you? You just self-identified yourself into an animal-like nature, a gorilla or monkey. And I'm not trying to be racist by any sense, but you just brought that upon yourself. I'm just saying. But the bigger fact of the matter is, the kid was not even white. He was black. But we're going to make the big deal out of the nationality of the kid, or the fact that the gorilla was shot, and not that the kid was in danger. Regardless if the gorilla was trying to help the child because he felt like the child was in danger, but it's a gorilla. These things are made of pure muscle. If you didn't watch the full video, the kid got dragged underwater for about 20 yards and then dragged up onto their little habitat thing. The kid was in danger. That was a good call that was made, in my opinion. That was a good call that was made, taking that animal out. Honestly, a human's life is going to way outweigh animals. I don't care what animal it is or how extinct they are, honestly. And that's the other politically correct, realm we live in. People's like, oh, well, it was a endangered species. No, if it was over where its actual habitat would be in a natural living, they probably would hunt him down, kill him, and use his body parts for glue. I'm just saying. So no, he had a better chance where he was at. It just so happened the circumstances led to his death. Plain and simple. Case closed. Moving on. Okay, now let's talk about protesting. I am a big advocate for the Constitution. And in the First Amendment, it does say that you have the right to protest. You anti-Trump supporters out there, I don't care what nationality you are. I don't care if you're white, neon green, black, yellow, I don't know, pink, whatever. Whatever you even self-identify your color as for the day. Again, guys, I'm not politically correct at all, and I do not find any wrong in what I'm saying here. But the fact is this. When you call protesting literally attacking those who are supporting their candidate, now bear with me here. It gets better. That you're going to go and attack them when there's been, look, I understand that there has been some fights started by Trump supporters, and if you want to know my stance on this, if this is your first time watching, the only reason why I'm voting for Trump is because my candidate dropped out, which was Ben Carson. Which is my other reason why I'm voting for Trump is because he's guaranteed VP. I do not like Hillary at all, and I do not like Bernie. So there's a stance on that. I don't agree with a lot of things Trump says. I think he's pretty arrogant myself, but I hope he's the less of the three evils. With that out of the way. But when you go and attack people that are supporting him, thinking that's some type of victory or a representation of freedom. No, you are exactly enacting what happens overseas in third world countries. You are now turning this country into a dictatorship where people have to fear for their lives of who they want for an office. Shame on you, American. Shame on you. If you call yourself an American, if you live here in this country and you identify, no, actually, I'm not even going to give you the option to self-identify yourself as an American. If your birth certificate says somewhere in the United States of America, you are an American until you leave. Wherever that is in the world, until you have the money to go pack up and jump ship and go somewhere else, you're an American. What needs to happen in America is we need to start helping each other and uniting as a people again instead of devising like this stupid it's not even protest. Let me tell you something. You're inciting riots. You are breaking the law. You are breaking the Constitution. You're not peaceably assembling. You are literally enacting steps of war. And if you're not careful, your stupidity and ignorance for why you do this is going to get someone severely hurt and or killed. Seriously, guys, think about what you're doing. Look, I don't agree with a lot of things Trump says, but I'll have a conversation with you. But as soon as you ball up your fist, even as a pastor, I'm going to get defensive. That's just the way I am wired. I'd much rather talk to you about Jesus and hang out with you and listen to what you got to say, listen to what I got to say, and have a civilized conversation. But now we live in a realm in a world where political correctness comes in. Oh, well, I felt threatened by their candidates, so I did something. But seriously, this is what we're turning into, people. This is third world country stuff. We are not that. Well, I mean, we're becoming that. So moving on from that. This is the worst part about this. And I think it was San Jose, and I have not fact checked this. I actually found out Snopes is not actually a reliable source anymore. Maybe you guys can help me with this. From what I understand, the mayor of San Jose, California, told the chief of police, or no, I'm sorry, I forget who it was, but it was the chief and the mayor, I believe, that were told to stand down and not do anything about the anti-Trump protesters attacking the Trump protesters. Look, if y'all want to just start a war, say so. I pray to God it doesn't happen, but that's about what you're saying. Hey, let them go ahead and go at it. That's pretty much what you're saying. You're not allowing law enforcement to step in. That's the scariest thing I heard. The people that had the power to put a stop to things, to resolve peace, or to illustrate or to verbally explain how to peaceably protest can be done, was not enacted. It was disallowed by government officials, by Leos that were told to stand down. I don't know about y'all. That's some scary stuff. But here's the one thing that gets me the most. People that self-identify themselves as something that they're not. Look, if you feel that you should be, um, if you're a male and you feel like you should be with a male, you know, by right, you have that right. Do I agree with it? No. Neither does God, but He does love you. Um, he didn't create you for that. Uh, Same thing with women. If you are a woman and you want to be with a woman, hey, look, God did not create you for that. But if you're a man and you self-identify yourself as a woman and you think you can go in public areas as such, I talked about this a little bit. Look, the world's going to be the world. But the thing is, folks, this is the start. Mark my words. This is the start. This is the start right here to becoming more of an epidemic. People are going to self-identify themselves with this. I actually saw an article. I didn't really do any tracing on it, but a lady literally self-identified herself as an animal. Clearly a human being, though. This is the start, folks. This is the start. That's like me saying, let me just give you some silly examples here, okay? My custom-made knife, okay, that I'm making, self-identifies itself as a ruler because it's long. I don't know. My sunglasses, my Voodoo Tactical sunglasses, self-identify themselves as mirrors. I don't know. I don't know how to wrap my mind around this, guys. I'm not trying to make fun, but do you understand the confusion? And that's what God's word says would happen the days of His return. Look, the clock started ticking when Jesus ascended, and He's going to come back the same way He ascended. He will return the same way. And the clock started ticking for His return when that happened. Here's the thing, though. I am 110% sure. I don't know the exact time or hour, the day, any of that, year, no. But I can guarantee you this, that we are in the final times. And God's word says that there would be confusion like this. Go read 2 Timothy chapter 3, I believe it is. The Bible is full of things. It even says there's nothing new under the sun. Look at some of the things Israel went through. But today is a different day. We are approaching a time that has not been seen before, folks. And what I can tell you, regardless of what you believe right now, I'm going to tell you this. I don't have a religion. I do not believe in religion, but I do know Jesus. I know He is the one true living God, and He loves you very much. Guys, this is a very interesting time we live in as far as political correctness and where this will take us. I would not be shocked within the next year or so that you have to have a license. Now, in the Constitution, it says that you're allowed to freely practice your religion or whatever it is peaceably. As long as you're doing it peaceably, you're not physically harming someone. That's what it means by the actual legal definitions. You're not physically assaulting someone. You're peaceably exercising it. You can do it anywhere. It's not the case anymore. You can't do it in schools. A lot of times in public places, people ask you not to anymore. Universities. Here's the thing, guys. Can you imagine being in a world where you have to actually have a license to go out and witness to people? Because that's what political correctness would say. You have to meet certain guidelines that will fit everybody else's needs. But as far as your rights are concerned, we're rewriting the book. God bless, guys. Please write your comments, share this.